Hello, all you lovely people. I trust you're all doing well. I've been keeping an eye on you, but have been madly busy for this week as I finally got my journal together. So now I have the hashtag JJJC2025 journal, junk journal, that I am proud to show you. We'll start with the cover. The way I did the cover was it's a piece of very strong cardboard box, and I have covered it with crumpled brown paper, packaging paper, and then distressed it with sap green, I think it was. Well, I glued it down with liquid matte medium, which enabled me to scrunch it and flatten it and crumple it and make it look fabulous. And then I went over it with a very dry sponge and just gently rubbed it all over with this sap green, which is a rather lovely color, I think. And that gave me my background. Let me show you the spine. And then there's the back. So that's what that looks like. Then the front of the cover, I've decorated with just a piece of cardboard that's been scribbled on, etc., to make it look a bit like wood. I've put on 2 brads, which go through to the other side, but they're well hidden, can't be seen. Then the flowers and the leaves that I've put on here, it's a fabric. Well, they are pieces of fabric. This beautiful African prints that are very popular in South Africa. It's known as shweshwe. I think it's got something to do with the sound that it made when it was gathered into these huge, heavy skirts that a lot of the ladies used to wear. And it used to make a swishing noise. I could be wrong, but I think that's where the name came from. Anyhow, I love it. I use it an awful lot. It's a heavy, pure cotton. And I have, for example, upholstered some of my lounge chairs with patchwork and applique on the furniture. Anyway, this is my cover. These petals are outlined with my brown acrylic marker, and then the leaf is done with a pale green acrylic marker, because I don't have a dark green acrylic one, but it works just as well, I think. Okay, then I've made a couple of danglies. Let's stand this up a bit so that you can see, or not, maybe not, a little bit sideways. There we go. This is an old earring with a bee charm on it, with a bee charm added to it. I don't know about you people, but if I lose jewelry, it's one earring. I have so many one earrings, but now I'm finding a good use for them. Then this here is a little pendant, very pretty little costume jewelry pendant, which I've attached. And then this is what I call, or what we know in our house as jingly ball. It's like a little bell. It doesn't have much jingle anymore, unfortunately, but it's quite attractive. So, those are my dangles. Now to open the journal. This is the inside. Oh, it's two signatures. I made 2 signatures with quite a wide gap in between. So if need be, if I need to add anything, I can always put an extra signature in the middle. But it's hidden signatures. This here is a piece of paper covered cardboard, and I've stitched the signatures to that and put that into a cover, so the cotton doesn't show on the outside. Okay, so here's the front cover. This is what I did. I made a pocket, and then this was from the tag prompt, and if you recall, on the back of mine I put my lists. So I thought this was a good place to put that. And of course, these nice printouts from Lee. So I've kept them as souvenirs. Just kept them there. And then this here is one of the expressions that I found that I do apply. I keep my brain as active as I possibly can. So that's just a little reminder to me of one of the reasons why I started the journal and joined the challenge. Then here's the first one, torn edges, and I've put little comments in here. Let me see if I can read them from this distance. This challenge is put together by Lee of Lee's Art and Junk Journal Wonderland, who's an Australian artist. She's done a fantastic job and has promised we'll do this again next year. Lee encouraged long-standing YouTubers to subscribe to and support newcomers to the craft. And she was successful from my standpoint, because my little channel, which I started in the beginning of March, grew from 42 subscribers at the end of June to 64 at the end of July. The prompts have encouraged me to try things I hadn't done before, and also to revisit stuff I hadn't tried for a long time. So much fun. Thank you, Lee. So that was that. I've kind of commented as I go through the journal so that I can remember things, you know. This here. Oh, so I found a book of 30 postcards featuring the flower fairies of Cicely Mary Barker in my stash of forgotten books. Included in my collection is an activity book that Olivia might love to have, a stunning flower fairy journal along the lines of art journaling, which is also beautiful. Finally, 3 books containing pictures and poetry: The Flower Fairies Treasury, The Flower Fairies of Spring, and The Flower Fairies of Summer. Lovely little books. Decisions need to be made. Do I keep these intact to pass on to Olivia, or do I use them to create art journals, which cannot be sold because of copyright? So that bears thinking about. And you'll notice that I've decorated the spare pages where I've put lined paper for journaling. I've gone around the edges with my white gel pen, and I'm scribbling, scribbling and doodling. So I have learned something and carried it forward. Oh, and something else you will notice, I joined these pages with bias binding and then zigzagged them together where I needed to, because I was not very well organized when I started, and I was using single pages, not double pages, and all sorts. But it's worked out beautifully, and I've done well. I've never sewn paper on my sewing machine before. Now I have. And these are just pretty little stickers from my stash. Okay, here's more stickers. Then this one, tickets. Not my thing, and didn't really know what to do with them, but had a bunch that came off an old freebie download, so gave it a bash. I've been trying not to watch other people's work until I've done mine, so that I had to figure things out for me and not copy somebody else's work. On the edge of this page, I've done little mini dragonflies and wiggly lines. Then this is the old person one, which I don't have to discuss because I think we went through that. It was great fun though. I really enjoyed making this one. And then what does this say? Oh, this has got the 6th of August as the date, because that was when I was writing this. One of my new subscribers, a lady from New Zealand named Jem, gave out this great recipe during the challenge. Texture paste is quite pricey in the shops, so although I was really keen to give it a try, I had to wait. Now I have a recipe to make my own. Thanks, Jem, you're a star. And then that's the recipe for the texture paste. 1/4 cup of talcum powder, 1 tablespoon PVA glue, and 1 tablespoon white acrylic paint. Mix well to ensure a good combination and keep it in an airtight container. I haven't made it yet, but I will be making it soon, and I'll definitely do a video about it. Here's a blank page for some more notes or comments. Then here we have the stamp prompt, stamp it, and this something vintage. This was a page I really enjoyed doing because I love the artwork. Anyway, then this here is another gem from Jen. Save all your till slips. This she showed us on a video. Save all your till slips, glue them together to make a long strip, then use up all very tiny scraps that you would normally toss to decoupage them, and then make tags or decoupage onto masterboards to add interest. So I've started to do this, and it's starting to look great. I'm loving it. Then this here, faded photo. I've just made a comment at the bottom of the page here. My marriage didn't end well, so it took me a while to use these photos. You know what? It didn't hurt a bit and was surprisingly liberating. So there we go. Then these are my 2 more of my prompts. Number 18, the bird. And this here was Touch of Gold, which was actually only the 2nd prompt. But if you recall, what I did, and I have done it, this is a scan of the original, because I want to use the original in my Remembery journal, which is all about family history and so on, because it's going to be the family tree, which is why the comment at the top here says, who will we see in the family tree? Then these are just 2 pages. They're the outside of the 2 signatures, and I didn't want to leave them blank, and I wasn't sure what to do. Then I remembered these 2 beautiful digital downloads that I've had for ages. I'm not too sure who they came from, but they were also freebies. So I've used them just to add some interest to the book, to the journal, and to the, what do we call them, signature covers. And then I've also used some from the same person on the inside of the book cover. Okay, so these 2 are rather gorgeous, as I say. Then here is the window or peek through, which was my little door. Was a window which opened into a room, so you could peek through the window if you wanted to, or you could open it. What's this? Oh, Found in the Forest, which is, I think, over this page. Yes. On the next page was Real Fallen Leaves, well sealed with liquid matte medium to preserve them. So far it appears to be working, with the leaves staying pliable and keeping their color. So this was a real experiment, and it actually worked very well. So I'm quite happy with how that turned out. Found in the Forest. This here is lace. I really enjoyed this one, and I rather loved it. This was my hippie chick for worn. This was a couple of photos of an old pair of bell-bottom jeans that I'd appliqued with flowers and things to hide holes and patches. And I decided that was very worn, and it inspired me to try drawing again. And I drew my little hippie girl, and I'm rather happy with her. She's turned out beautifully. And on the back is the words from the song Those Were the Days, sung by Mary Hopkins. Okay. My hippie chick has proven to me that I can still draw, and Scribbles and Doodles has encouraged me to do all the scribbling and doodling around the journaling pages here, which you can see. Here's another floral sticker. I've forgotten I had these stickers, otherwise I'd have been using them in the prompts. Never mind. And this is another one that I love. This is one of my favorites too. The Antique Patterns from 1911, the very first Woman's Weekly magazine, issue 1. And this is book page, where I did that little book page that I was talking about. And I still love the way this has turned out. I'm so happy with it. And I think I'll be using it again. Then my Scribbles and Doodles, my little strange critter lurking in the twiggery. Over here is the words done on tracing paper, which is apparently close to vellum, so you can do it with tracing paper if you don't have vellum yourself. And the background is millions of words, because this is the answers to crossword puzzles, and I thought it was quite appropriate. So that goes there, and these are the words from a Bee Gees song, talk in everlasting words and dedicate them all to me. And I will give you all my life. I'm here if you should call to me. You think that I don't even mean a single word I say. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. Then, writing in the margin, I scribbled around here long stories, and these are stamps that I coloured in with my acrylic markers. I'm loving my acrylic markers, by the way. I'm so glad I did buy them. And here's a page ready for journaling on. I added a bit to the map page because it was looking terribly empty, and I just didn't feel happy with it. So I just used these 2 floral stickers, tiny little flowers. It just made it look a bit better. It was awfully bare. And that's the end of that. My message at the end is, and here we are at the end of the journal that I created, unlike everyone else, at the end of the challenge instead of the beginning. I'll know better next time. After I've written this, I will be decorating the cover of this journal, followed by a video flip through, and the end of my work on this challenge. Love to all. I mean that. And special love and thanks to Lee, because she really made my July. So there we have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know. As I always say, like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and please don't forget to comment. I would love you to comment. And by the way, don't forget, I do have a Facebook page. So if anybody who's watching this video doesn't have a YouTube channel and would like to keep in touch with me, please follow me on the Facebook page. Okay, so until next time, which I will be definitely soon, stay well, stay safe. In the Southern Hemisphere, stay warm. Not easy at the moment. And bye-bye.